Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538. Back with episode 538. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538. Back with episode 538. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538. Back with episode 538. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538. Come show with your boy. Back with episode 538. Come show with your boy. Anyways, guys. Before we get into it, guys. Before we get into it, I have to make this every stream. I have to. Damn it. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538. Come show with your boy. Anyways, guys. Before we get into it. Before we get into it, I have to do this every stream. If it any, damn it, the audio, man, the audio. Fuck. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 538 of Come Show with your boy. Anyways, guys. Before we get into it, I have to do this every stream. If at any point in the stream you hear me stuttering or tripping over my words, I've got a speech impediment, and that's why I stutter, and that's why I trip over my words. Anyways, guys, let's get into it. So, I've got all my stuff organized, right? I've got all my gaming stuff organized. I've got all my gaming stuff organized and all of my music stuff organized. So feel free to check any of that stuff out if you want. Also, guys, here's what we talk about here. On the channel. Here we talk about anime, manga, comic books, history, mythology, philosophy, and psychology, as well as movies, music, and TV, practically anything to do with the entertainment industry as a whole. So yeah. Also, guys, I'm a reader, writer, and storyteller. Guys, and I'm still working on everything. I'm still working on the White Knight, on August 8, on the Dragon King trilogy, and the broader world of Avaloria itself. And I'm still working on Gunblade. I'm still working on the Samurai and Gunslinger for you guys as well. I'm still working on all that stuff, guys. All the books, all the stories, all that stuff. So yeah. Also, guys, I'm still keeping up with everything. I'm still keeping up with everything, guys. I'm still keeping up with my studies of history, mythology, philosophy, and psychology, as well as trying to get my GED, guys. As well as trying to get my GED. So yeah. Also, guys, I do this every night. Guys. I do this every night. Monday through Saturday. From 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. 6 nights a week, guys. 6 nights a week. Monday through Saturday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's the schedule, guys. That's the schedule. Also, guys, I know y'all want the Q&A. And the Q&A is coming, guys. And the Q&A is coming. Guys. And the Q&A is coming. Y'all get the Q&As every 100 episodes. So the next Q&A is episode 600. The next Q&A is episode 600. So yeah, y'all get the Q&As every 100 episodes. So yeah. Y'all get the Q&As every 100 episodes. Y'all know the drill. Y'all get the Q&As every 100 episodes. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, I've got an hour to kill. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, I've got an hour to kill. That's what y'all want to talk about. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, I've got an hour to kill. That's what y'all want to talk about. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, I've got an hour to kill. That's what y'all want to talk about. Also, guys, I am keeping up with my studies of history, mythology, philosophy, and psychology. Still trying to get my GED, guys. Still trying to get my GED and all that. So yeah. Also, guys, I'm just super excited because I talked to my artist a bit earlier today. Had a very good chat with my artist. Well, really not chat, just texting back and forth. And we're getting a lot of stuff done. As far as the White Knight goes. We're getting a lot of stuff done. So yeah. Also, guys, I'm just not sure where to go. Guys, as far as the channel goes. I'm really not sure where to take it from here. Hello, my dear viewer. Hello, how you doing? How you doing, guys? How you doing? Mm, I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. Just tired, man. Just tired. Let me tell you. Guys. Let me tell you. Studying for my GED is good, is necessary, and I do need it. I do need my GED. For certain things that I want to do in the future. But man, algebra sucks. If y'all remember in episode 536, I believe, in the episodes 2 nights ago, I believe, um, I basically exposed how bad I am at math. I told y'all a story. About. I told y'all a story about my older sister teaching me how to do my multiplication tables, how to do my times tables properly, and that was really really amazing. Also, guys, I do plan on talking about comic books, and particularly the Marvel and DC comics at a later date. And that is awesome, my dear viewer. That is awesome. I love the Man of Steel. I love Superman. Superman and Spider-Man are my two favorite superheroes of all time. Yes, I know those two are the cliche answers, but that's the honest to God truth. You see, a lot of people do not understand them. A lot of people do not understand Clark, do not understand Superman, which one day I will do a stream dedicated to Superman and clear the air. But that'll not be tonight. That'll not be tonight. But I digress. I digress, guys. I digress. Oh, lordy. I hate allergies. Oh, God. Mm. Man, this time of year truly does suck, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. But yeah, guys, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas for the channel, and I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do with the channel, and outside of the channel, as far as any of my other creative projects go, like the music stuff and the writing stuff. The music stuff is involved. The writing stuff is involved in the music stuff, and vice versa. Because I write songs and all that. But I'm really interested in the stories, though, in the books I'm working on the comics I'm working on. I truly do enjoy all that stuff. I truly do enjoy all that stuff, guys. I enjoy writing books and stories and everything like that. That's good. That's good. They are a phenomenal band. They are a phenomenal band. In fact, in last night's stream, I showed y'all footage from the concert I went to last year. Yesterday, it was 1 year to the day, May 21st, 2025. Yesterday, it was the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of my very first ever concert. And to have that concert be a Citizen Soldier concert was just absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, guys, I showed y'all footage from it, and it was so much fun. Last night's stream was so much fun, guys. It was so much fun. But but yes, Citizen Soldier is a phenomenal band, and they're my favorite band of all time. And for those of you that don't know, Citizen Soldier is a rock band that was formed in. For those of you that don't know, Citizen Soldier it was a is a rock band that was formed in 2016 when Jake Segarra wrote the lyrics to Let It Burn. And they have so many good songs, guys. And Citizen Soldier is a rock band that writes songs about mental health. Citizen Soldier tackles a lot of heavy stuff in their music, depression, anxiety, all the stuff involving mental health they write about. Plus, it makes sense, guys. It makes sense as to why Citizen Soldier talks about those topics because the lead singer, songwriter, and creator of the band, Jake Segarra, he's a licensed trauma therapist. Jake Segarra is a licensed trauma therapist. So it makes sense as to why they make music about those topics, about those issues, of which I fully support their music and their fight and and their fight against the stigma with mental health with mental health. And because Citizen Soldier Citizen Soldier is a rock band that creates music to fight against the stigma with mental health. of which I fully support it, guys. I fully support that. I fully support. I fully support that stance. I fully support that. Like I can't think of the right word now. I'm try, I'm, I'm drawing a blank. I can't. I can't. I can't think of the word. But I fully support fighting the stigma against mental health. I fully support that battle, if for the lack of a better term. If for the lack of a better term, I fully support that issue, that battle. But yeah, if there's a particular word for it, if there's a particular word, but I just can't think of it right now. I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, guys, yeah, it is just phenomenal. It is just a phenomenal. Truly, it is. But yeah, guys, yeah, and I'm also very interested in philosophy and psychology and all that. Like, I I want to talk more. I want to talk more about psychology and human behavior. And if you look back at history, some of the most brutal acts known to mankind were done in the 20th century. And y'all know the old saying, those who don't the those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Of which I think is a bit cliche, but it's somewhat true, I think. But I digress. I digress. But yeah, if the entire point of me bringing that up about history in the 20th century is like I'm fascinated, guys. I'm fascinated with psychology and human behavior. How are we genuinely good or genuinely bad? Or is there a middle gray area of which I do believe that there is a genuine gray area, and because it can't be all black and white. It cannot be all black and white, morally good or morally bad. It can't be all black and white. Like, if psychology is fascinating to me, like here, here, take take Alan Moore's Watchmen. Take Alan Moore's Watchmen, a phenomenal comic book. A phenomenal comic book. So, in the comic book, this is one of, if not the greatest comic book ever written. And it's written by Alan Moore and drawn by Dave Gibbons. And these superheroes, and basically it's basically a dissection, right? It's basically a dissection of the superhero genre and the archetypical superhero in general. It is a beautiful critique. It is a beautiful critique, guys. Alan Moore's Watchmen is phenomenal. None of the main characters actually have superpowers, except for one character, that being Dr. Manhattan. That being a Dr. Manhattan, John Oz. John Osterman. He is the only one with superpowers. Everyone else, everyone else, Night Owl, Ozymandias, Silk Spectre, and the Comedian, Rorschach, none of them. None, none of the Watchmen characters actually have superpowers except if you're Dr. Manhattan. Except if you're Dr. Manhattan. It is a beautiful critique. It's alright. It's alright if you gotta go, guys. It's okay. It's okay if you gotta go. It's alright if you gotta go. Hey, but guys, it is a beautiful critique on superheroes and the overall genre in general. Watchmen is a phenomenal comic book. I mean, it is so beautifully written, and the characters are complete and total assholes. And they're complete and total dipshits. They, they, they're complete and total scumbags. Truly, there's not a single character in Watchmen that is truly good. All of them are horrible in their own unique ways. But are they really that bad or that good? No, there's somewhere in between. Well, other than Rorschach, I mean, he sees the world in black and white. He sees the world in black and white. Walter Kovacs, aka Rorschach, sees the world in black and white. Hence the Rorschach face mask. Hence his mask. His mask is like a Rorschach test, always changing, always changing, always shaping into something different. I love it. I bloody love it, guys. I bloody love it. And you know what? And you know what, guys? Screw it. Screw it. I will eventually do a full stream dedicated to Watchmen. In fact, I might just spend the rest of this stream talking about it. I might just spend the rest of this stream talking about it. I might just spend the rest of this stream talking about Alan Moore's Watchmen. You know what? Screw it. Screw it. That's exactly what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we're gonna do, guys. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna spend the rest of the stream talking about Watchmen and why it is possibly the greatest comic book ever written. So the main plot of Watchmen, right? The main plot of Watchmen is this. Following the death of Edward Blake, aka the comedian, Rorschach investigates the death of the comedian, and he wants to know why. Why would somebody kill him? Now, to be frank, guys, to be frank, the comedian is not a good man. He is not a good man. In fact, he very well may be the worst character in all of Watchmen. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. I'll leave that up to you guys. I'll leave that up to you guys. But anyways, so Rorschach is out to unveil or uncover who killed is the comedian who killed Edward Blake, who killed is a comedian, and later on he discovers it. You see, because this entire plot, this entire plot is done by Adrian Weiss, is done by Ozymandias, the main bad guy, the main bad guy of the comic book. So, so the story takes place in an alternate city of New York. It takes place in a alternate version of New York City, and Nixon is in his fifth term as president. However, however, there is World War III afoot in the comic book. There is World War III about to happen in the world of the Watchmen, in the world of Watchmen, in Alan Moore's Watchmen. World War III is about to happen. Hold up, though, hold up, hold up. America has Dr. Manhattan on its side, so ain't nobody going to F with America now, now because Dr. Manhattan is on their side and everything like that. You know what? You know what, guys? You know what? Instead of me, instead of me, instead of me telling y'all, instead of me telling y'all about Watchmen, how about this? How about we just go to YouTube and do this right quick? How about we just go to YouTube and do this right quick? How about we just go to YouTube and do this right quick? And because, guys, I do love Watchmen. I do love it. I bloody love Alan Moore's Watchmen. And I intend to talk about it. I intend to talk about it for the rest of the stream. For the rest of the stream. But I can't summarize it well enough. I can't summarize it well enough. I cannot summarize Watchmen well enough. I cannot put it into words well enough. I can't summarize in my own words what is the story of Alan Moore's Watchmen. So here you go, here you go. Here you go, guys, here you go. Here is a brief summary. Here is a brief summary of Alan Moore's Watchmen.
Yo, what's good? This week we masking up with Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. The year is 1985, and LL Cool J ain't the only thing about to blow up. The beef between Russia and the U.S. has gotten so tense that nukes might start flying any second. But them Ruskies gonna think twice before they make a move. Because the U.S. got a Viagra-looking super thug named Dr. Manhattan on their side who can control things on a goddamn molecular level. Meaning he can be in multiple places at once, teleport, turn Washingtons into Benjamins. I mean, this brother can do almost anything. Manhattan is one of a whole crew of badasses that used to protect the city back when. Except these days, people don't want nobody calling the shots but the police. So all them players running around in their undies gotta put their hustle to the side. But a stone cold G named Rorschach don't give a damn about that and still be rocking a mask to patrol the mean streets. When Rorschach heard that somebody tossed a comedian, one of the OG superheroes, out a damn window, he figured somebody might be trying to ice old costumes one by one. So he hollers at all the other retired masks, the gadget slinging Night Owl, the super sexy Silk Spectre, who shacked up with Doc Manhattan now, and Ozymandias, the smartest and richest homie in the world. Papa Smurf Manhattan decided to go on a lame ass talk show when some dude started running his mouth saying that chilling with his big blue ass causes cancer. Word? The news gets the doc all riled up, and he decides that dealing with all these loud ass pals and molecules just ain't worth it. And bounces out to Mars. Now that Mr. Clean out of the picture, the Russians like, hell yeah, and start flexing. Later, an assassin tried to kill Ozymandias, but he just shakes that hater off. Rorschach gets played, whooped by the fuzz, and holed up in a big house. If it wasn't clear already, Rorschach was right. Somebody is trying to mess with these heroes. So Silk Spectre and Night Owl take a break from suit up, and bust Rorschach out of jail. Later, Doc Manhattan scoops up Silk Spectre and takes her to Mars so they can chop it up. Silky asks the Doc to come back to Earth and stop the world from ending, but the Doc don't really give two shits about saving humanity because it ain't make no difference to the universe. But after Silk Spectre chews his ass out, the Doc finally snaps out of it and decides he's gonna return back to Earth. Eventually, Rorschach and the Owl realize that it might be Ozymandias who masterminded all this mess. As they swing over to his winter pad and say, "Yo, Ozzy, the fuck, man?" Ozzy like, "Yo, here's the deal. The whole world is rotten to the core and gonna tear itself to unless somebody step up and do something about it. I got a plan. I'm gonna kill a ton of people, blame it on a giant alien squid that I pulled out of my ass, and then everybody will be on the same side. Know what I mean?" They all like, "Yeah, that. We're gonna stop you." But Ozzy like, "Too late. Already happened 35 minutes ago." Oh, and just like brother thought, everybody put their differences aside and unite. Ozzy like, "I did it. Everlasting peace. How you like me now, son?" But Manhattan just like, "Baby, nothing lasts forever." Rorschach tried to bounce and tattle on Ozymandias, but Doc Manhattan tell him he best not, because at this point, the truth can only hurt. Rorschach ain't backing down, so the Doc just turns his ass into mud. One thing Ozymandias didn't plan on, though, is that Rorschach got his whole scheme written down in a journal, which now chilling at the office of a journalist. Does the world learn that they were saved by Allah, or does Ozzy's New World Order keep on trucking? Good question, yo.
Analysis. Here we go.
This right here is so dank that it made it into Time Magazine's top 100 novels ever written. And it sure as hell deserved it, because Watchmen is complex as hell. First off, this graphic novel don't read like most. We always tripping back and forth through time, switching perspectives, and reading parts of made-up books, letters, and notes at the end of every chapter. To readers used to cruising through stories held together by cause and effect, Watchmen was a good old-fashioned mind. Not only do this messy storytelling represent the cluster of a world this book takes place in, and our own, but it also mirrored the way Doc Manhattan sees time. There is no future, there is no past. Do you see? Time is simultaneous, an intricately structured jewel that humans insist on viewing one edge at a time. When the whole design is visible in every facet. Throughout this book, people geeking out trying to say Doc Manhattan's existence is going to change the whole world forever, because now God's walking amongst regular everyday hoods. But the crazy thing is that it ain't somebody with superpowers that come to define the world. Nah, baby, the fight for humanity's souls between two superhumans, with emphasis on the human part, Ozymandias and Rorschach. Ozymandias massacred half of New York City for the greater good. But Rorschach just said he shouldn't kill innocent people straight up, and even give his life trying to spread the truth. Do the ends justify the means? What's more important, saving lie or the truth? To Rorschach, everything is black and white, just like his mask. No gray. Like he say, some brothers is good, some brothers is bad. And the bad ones gonna get what's coming to them. Also, his mask is always changing shapes, like a true blue Rorschach test, and symbolize the way he see the world. Born from oblivion, bare children, hell-bound as ourselves, go into oblivion. There is nothing else. Existence is random. Has no pattern save what we imagine after staring at it for too long. No meaning save what we choose to impose. Ozymandias' name came from Ramesses II, the pharaoh of Egypt who was running the game during the 13th century BC. Percy Shelley wrote a dope poem about that hustler, and Watchmen's 11th chapter even ends with a quote from him. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty in despair. So yeah, on one level it's just Ozymandias thinking he a high ball. Dude's whack ass plan to save humanity from itself, and him actually pulling it off, make him look like he deserved more props than anybody else. But if you take a closer peep at Shelley's poem, you'll see it ain't just about talking up the ultimate badass. It's showing that even though it seems like Ramses II got the world sold up, ain't nobody legit enough to dodge the all-destructive power of time. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sand stretch far away. It don't matter how legit you get in life. You and what you leave behind ain't gonna be around forever. Doc Manhattan even dropped that same truth. John, wait, before you leave, I did the right thing, didn't I? It all worked out in the end. In the end, nothing ends, Adrian. Nothing ever ends. So is it worth holding back the horrible truth for even a little bit of peace? Or is the truth more important? A question like that is maybe just too crazy to answer. Maybe when we face with horrors like that, we only got one option. Try to put a smile on our face and laugh about it. Yo, if you like philosophize about the truth and the greater good, take a couple of.
So that is basically a rough summary of Watchmen. That is a super rough summary of Watchmen. So yeah, that is a rough summary of Watchmen. Hello, my dear viewer. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? But but yeah, guys, yeah, Watchmen just may be the greatest comic book ever written because as my boy Sparky, as my boy Sparky pointed out, hello, my dear viewer. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Good night. Good night. It's nighttime here. Good morning, I guess. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. But yeah, guys, it is nighttime here. So for me, it is night, not morning. But that's okay. That's okay. Anyways, guys. Anyways, back to Watchmen. Back to Watchmen. Back to Watchmen. So, so Ozymandias has a grand plan to unite humanity in the book. In this comic book, Watchmen, written by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, Ozymandias is the smartest man in the world, and he has a plan to unite all all of humankind, all humanity, and it actually works. He kills the comedian. He kills Edward Blake to put a plan in motion. Rorschach, well, Walter Kovacs, aka Rorschach, plans to uncover all of this, and he writes it down in his journal, of which Rorschach's journal is also a means of keeping tabs and keeping time with the story and knowing what events happen when and what events happen where. So that's another cool detail. So yeah, but yeah, Ozymandias's Adrian's grand plan. Adrian's grand plan is to build a giant squid and have it kill over 500,000 people in New York City, and it actually works. And it actually works. He sacrificed millions for the sake of billions. But Rorschach, he wants to expose the truth. Rorschach, he wants to expose the truth. And because he sees the world in black and white. He sees the world in black and white, just like his mask. He sees the world in black and white. So Dr. Manhattan kills him. John kills him to keep the world at peace. They were going to stop Adrian, but Adrian said, too late. Already happened 35 minutes ago. That's insane that his plan actually worked. But the very last page of the book, the very last page of the comic book, and the very last page of Watchmen, we have Rorschach's journal in the hands of a reporter, and the book ends like that. And the book ends by saying it's in your hands. So does the world find out it was saved by a lie and 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 uncover the ugly truth? Or does Ozymandias's, aka Adrian Weiss's utopia keep on rolling? We don't know. We don't know. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. These characters Alan Moore wrote, these characters Alan Moore wrote in Watchmen are so complex, are so detailed, that I'm not doing them justice. That I am not doing them justice. I'm not doing Watchmen justice by talking about it, but damn it, I'm gonna try. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm trying, man. It is one of, if not the greatest comic books ever written. It is one of the greatest comic books ever written. And and to find out, and to find out that that piece of shit, Edward Blake, aka the comedian, is secretly Silk Spectre's father? That is such a bombshell. And when I read Watchmen for the first time, Edward Blake is her father. Edward Blake is Silk Spectre's father. And because the original and because of the original Silk Spectre, the original Silk Spectre was was a part of the original Watchmen, and then her daughter is the next Silk Spectre, and she's a part of the new Watchmen group. Phenomenal. Phenomenal storytelling, I tell you. Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons are phenomenal. Alan Moore is a phenomenal writer, and Dave Gibbons is a phenomenal artist. This book here, this comic book, Watchmen, is possibly the greatest comic book ever written. So, yeah, guys. Yeah, all I have left to say is this. All I have left to say is this. Go read it if you haven't already. Go read it if you haven't already. Go read Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. While you're at it, go read V for Vendetta as well. Go read V for Vendetta as well. What's up, bro? What's up? Hello, MC. Hello, MC. I haven't seen you in a minute. I haven't seen you in a minute, brother. How you doing? How you doing, MC? How you doing? How you doing, bro? How you doing? I just got done doing a long analysis of Alan Moore's Watchmen. It's a phenomenal book, guys. It's a phenomenal book. Go and check it out. Go and check it out. It broke the mold, guys. Alan Moore's Watchmen broke the mold. It was the ultimate critique and analysis of the superhero archetype and the superheroes in general. It was the ultimate critique. It was so good. It was so good. But hello, guys. Hello. How you doing? How you doing, guys? How you doing? How you doing, guys? How you doing? But yeah, guys, I think that is enough. I think that's enough of me talking about watching it because I've been talking about that for the past 45 minutes. So yeah, I think we're good on that topic. I think we're good on that topic. But yeah, guys, I've got a lot of stuff planned. I got a lot of stuff planned if for the channel and all that. If for the future, I hope y'all stick with me. I hope all is well with everyone watching and all that. I hope all is well and everything. Also, guys, if y'all wanna know what I'm doing, if y'all wanna know what I'm doing, if y'all wanna know what I'm doing outside of the stream, if y'all wanna know what I'm doing outside of the stream, outside of the channel, then go hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. So yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about that, MC. I really don't have a lot to say about LeBron James retiring. I mean, yeah, I like basketball well enough, I guess, but I was never really into sports like that. I was never really into sports like that. So I can recognize him as one of the best basketball players of all time, but I really could care less. I mean, the man will go down as a legend, but yeah, I'm really not that into basketball or any sport, if for that matter. So sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That's the truth. But yeah, guys. Yeah. So, but yeah, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Well, we almost at the end of it, guys. We almost at the end of it. We almost at the end of another night. We're almost at the end of another night, therefore the end of another stream. Y'all know the drill, though. Y'all know the drill. We waste 1 hour a night, 6 hours a week. Y'all know the drill by now. Y'all know the drill by now. That's a very interesting question. James Gunn's is Supergirl? I don't know. I hope it succeeds. I hope it succeeds. I know that Superman, James Gunn's is Superman. James Gunn's Superman did succeed. In fact, it soared. It soared, guys. It soared. It exceeded expectations in every way possible. James Gunn's Superman exceeded all expectations. Will Supergirl do the same? That's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen. And that's the well, James Gunn's doing DC movies is very, very interesting considering he did the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, which Supergirl looking very Guardians of the Galaxy ish. I can see where you're coming from, MC. I can see where you're coming from, but I don't see it. Honestly, I'd have to rewatch a couple of trailers. I'd have to rewatch a couple of trailers. But yeah, guys. Yeah. Also, guys, also, I know I've already plugged this, but quick shameless plug. Quick shameless plug, guys. If you want to know what I'm doing outside of the stream, if you want to know what I'm doing outside of the stream, then hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. That's true. That's true, MC. That's true. But yeah, guys, if y'all wanna know what I'm doing outside of the stream, you can hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. You can hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. If y'all wanna know what I'm doing outside of the channel, then hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. MC, okay, MC here. Here, after the stream, we'll talk. After the stream, we will talk. How about that? How about that? After the stream, hit me up on Instagram and me and you shall converse. Shall converse. Shall converse. Ah, because man, there's a lot to talk about there with James Gunn's DC universe. There's a lot to talk about, guys, as far as James Gunn's DCU, DC Cinematic Universe, the DCU. There's a lot to talk about there. There's a lot to talk about there. But yeah, guys, yeah. But yeah, guys. There's a lot to be there's a lot to be done and there's a lot to talk about in regards to that. In regards to that. But yeah, man. But yeah, guys. Yeah, there's a lot to be done and a lot to talk about as far as both DC and Marvel is concerned, especially with Marvel and DC, especially with Daredevil, Punisher, and the X-Men, and everything that Disney is doing, everything that the MCU is currently doing, everything that Kevin Feige is doing with the MCU right now, I genuinely do like. I genuinely do like it, guys. Punisher especially, one batch, two batch, penny and dime. One batch, two batch, penny and dime. I truly do love Frank Castle and Matt Murdock. I do love Matthew Murdock and Frank Castle, Daredevil and Punisher. Char- Charlie Cox, Charlie Cox, and John Bernthal do phenomenal jobs as Daredevil and Punisher, respectively. They're just so good, and I'm super excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. For Spider-Man Brand New Day. I do I, I am excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day and to see where all that goes. Also, guys, The Boys is officially over. Homelander and Butcher's story is complete, so now I can finally watch it. Now that it is all over, I can finally watch it, and I'll be doing that in the next coming days. So, so yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, guys, yeah, we 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 will talk in a minute, MC. We will talk in a minute. But yeah, guys, we are wrapping up the stream here. We are wrapping up the stream. We are wrapping up the stream, guys. We are almost at the. We are almost at the end of all of this, guys. We are almost at the end. Ah, yes, the time do be moving flash. The time do be moving like Barry Allen or like Wally West. I mean, I do think this stream it was very very fun though. I legitimately do think this stream is very very fun. Speaking of Billy Butcher, how you doing? How you doing, Billy? What's up, brother? What's up? How you doing? How you doing, Billy? How you doing? How you doing, Billy? How you doing? I know, MC. I know. I miss him too. I miss him too. I miss MC. I miss Star Wars. I miss Kayla, Hawk, Smokey. I miss MC, Kayla, Hawk, Smokey. I miss the Fantastic Four. Where y'all at? Where are the originals? Where the original gang at? We got MC here, but where's Smokey? Where's Kalo? Where's Hawks? Where the original foe? Where the original foe, man? Where the original four? Where's the High Chief, mainly? Where's the High Chief? Where my boy? Where my boy? Where my boy? Where the High Chief? Where the commanding officer? Where's the right hand man? Where you at, Smokey? Where you at? Anyways, we're about to wrap up in the stream, so if y'all take anything, and I mean anything, if y'all take anything, and I mean anything away from the stream, take this. Go and listen to them, guys. Go and listen to them. They have a brand new song out right now, an acoustic version of their first song, Let It Burn. Go and listen to him, guys. Go and listen to him if you haven't already. Go and listen to Citizen Social. Speak of the devil! Speak of the devil and shall appear. What's up, Star Wars? What's up? How you doing, Star Wars? How you doing? How you doing, Star Wars? How you doing? Anyways, guys, if y'all take anything, and I mean anything away from the stream, take this. Go and listen to him, guys. Go and listen to him. Go and listen to Citizen Soldier. Go and listen to Citizen Soldier if you haven't already. I'll leave the link to their channel. I'll leave the link to their channel, to Citizen Soldier's channel in the description down below. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, and with all that being said, and we've hit the hour mark, and with that, y'all know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Turn on all post notifications. So that way you never miss a video, and you'll be notified whenever I upload. And with that, guys, I am outie. I love you guys.